What's up everyone? Big Brother legends and their family members have officially started to race around Europe to win a lot of money. We've got so much to talk about, so welcome to your amazing race review. Right before we get started, if you are new around here, make sure to
hit the subscribe button.
We're going to be here all season long breaking down the amazing race. Hey, how does it feel getting more lines? Is that... I'm a good husband, aren't I?
Oh, so sweet.
Yeah, I was going to say you have to say thank you now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're going to be here all season long breaking down the amazing race. So if you don't want to miss a single recap and review where you get to hear all of our thoughts on everything that's going on, you got to hit the subscribe button. And one more thing, folks, we would like you to hit the like button. Every single like goes a really long way. As smaller content creators, we would love to receive a like from y'all. So without further ado, let's get to the recap. Okay, let's not waste any time. We'll jump right in. And I feel like the good format for this might be we break down the leg and just all the different obstacles that came up. And then we'll go couple by couple and break down their journey on the race. So let's just start out with the fact that we are in the Netherlands. Even though that's not my home, seeing all that European stuff reminds me of home for sure. But yes, they kicked things off in the Netherlands and they had to race to an ice rink, and there was these 10-pin bowling with humans, wasn't it?
It was really funny to watch. It was like they were seals.
There was seals, and so one of them had to get on a bobsled, and then the other would have to push them down to knock over the 10 pins, and some of them took about 16 or 17 times, didn't they, to get there? But that was like the perfect way to kick off a chaotic season, and then they had to run to the town square, and we'll talk about this right now. Taylor and Thailand were the first to get there, so they won the first express pass of the season. Did that come as a surprise to you?
Yes, actually.
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
I've got a counterpoint.
So they're both great competitors.
Yep.
But they weren't the people I was thinking of specifically. I'm not like shocked or anything that they won, but in my mind, I was thinking like probably Jag.
Yeah.
Probably Jag is gonna get or Tucker.
Tucker is definitely, with Taylor and Kylan, though, I mean, that's a beast of a pairing.
Yeah, those two are good at comps.
Beast of a pairing, but I never would have put them together as, like, dating. That was, I think most people are shocked by that one.
Yeah. I mean, looking at their social media, it was pretty obvious they had gotten close.
Yes.
I mean, based off of their social media, it was pretty obvious they were close, but as people, they just don't, like, you wouldn't expect them to be dating. It doesn't seem like it meshes.
Yeah, I didn't predict that. But, hey, they worked well together and they got there first. They got that express pass. Mm-hmm. And then everybody else filtered in afterwards and they had to decide, basically, out of all these pairs here, who should we give the second express pass to? And, you know, initially you'd think it's going to be Chada because Kylan was in the cookout with her. Or then you might look at...
Joseph.
You might look at Joseph because even though Taylor and Joseph don't date anymore, they're still good friends and they get along very, very well. But Taylor acknowledged that straight away. She's very, very aware. Like, I remember, you know, she hasn't changed since Big Brother. And I don't know, I feel like that was smart of her to go, we shouldn't do that because immediately it's going to put a target on her back. So she wanted to extend the olive branch, didn't she? Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, going back to what you were saying, like, I feel like she's done even better at strategizing than in her season. Like, you can already see, like, that she's taken a bit of time to formulate her...
I love her confidence.
Strategy. I know! It's amazing what happens when you're not in a house full of people that hate you for no reason. So Taylor, she had a really good strategy with this. She picked Jag, and I know Turner was not happy with this strategy.
Well, we didn't remind everybody, Turner and Taylor were on the same season together. Turner coming third and Taylor winning the whole thing. So Turner wasn't happy, was he?
He was a bit salty, and he also
was
like...
Matt. He's called Matt, apparently. We've just forgotten that he's Turner. Everyone's referring to him as Matt.
They wouldn't let him go
I know,
by Turner.
I read online. Apparently he wanted to go by Turner, but production said no. I don't know what that was about.
It doesn't
nobody knows him as Matt.
No, nobody knows him as Matt.
Everyone knows him as Turner, so I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, it was weird. But he was complaining about it, and he was saying, like, oh, that's such a bad move. Like, Jag doesn't need any more help in this game. You know what I mean? And If it was anybody else, if it wasn't a winner, I think it would have been a bad idea to pick Jag. But because it was Taylor and she was a winner, she was aware of the fact that she needs to work with other winners because they all have a target on their back. Yeah. And she needs Jag and she needs Chelsea.
It reminds me of any Survivor All-Star season or any Big Brother All-Star season. The winners need each other because as soon as one of the winners goes, then everyone's looking at the other winners.
Yep.
And then once the second winner goes, everyone's looking at that winner.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden there's one winner left and then they're not going to let a winner get to the end, right? So the longer they can stack the deck against the rest of everybody and make it too late to get a winner out, then that begins the chances of a winner being able to win again. Yeah. So I think that was
really smart.
I think it was very smart as well. So we're in agreement on that one.
Yeah.
So one thing that was established very early on was there is still beef between Izzy and Jag. I am not going to lie, I'd forgotten that there was beef in the first season, and all of a sudden, I would say it's one-sided beef.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say it's one-sided beef. And because, Jag and Jazz were talking about how, oh, it's cool to see Izzy here. We have an ongoing relationship because we were on the same season together. And then we cut to Izzy and Paige's car. And Izzy is saying, I can't stand Jag and Jazz.
I want to rip their heads off.
I want to rip their heads off.
The saltiness is so funny to me. Like, yes, it's very extreme, but it's so chaotic and entertaining.
Oh, yeah.
We were just cracking up when it was like Jazz and Jag were just like, we're here to do it. And then all of a sudden it just cuts to Izzy. She's like, F them.
Izzy is... She's still as entertaining as she was for the few weeks she was in Big Brother 25.
Very bitter.
She's a polarizing character for sure. You either love her or you hate her. Yeah. I personally love her. Don't necessarily think I'd love being in the same room as her, but I love her on TV.
She's great TV. I appreciate her for that.
Yeah.
If I was in the same room as her, I think I would go crazy.
But hey, maybe she'd be all right. You never know. But yeah, she I think she's bitter. Do you think she might be bitter?
I don't know, actually. I don't think she is.
Might have to check back in next week for that one. But yeah, wow, that was a great storyline that was established at the really very beginning. Now with the bobsled human pin bowling, is that what we could call it?
Yeah, why not?
It's just our average Saturday night, right? Bobsled human pin bowling, whatever you want to call it.
Totally normal stuff.
Yeah. They all had to race to the town square, and of course, we talked about what happened if you got there first, but let's talk about what happened if you got there last. Izzy and Paige, Enzo and Jack were the last two to get there. So one of them would face the first hazard of the season that would come into play a little bit later in the episode. And just to brush through the rest of the leg, the teams would then have to make their way to Edam Cheese Market, where they would have to put these waxy cheese balls onto this old school, old timey cheese delivery system into this pyramid of cheese. Sounds like a good time to you, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I love cheese.
I don't. I'll tell you what. No. Before people start insulting me, because people always do that when I say I don't like cheese, specifically my sister-in-law. Hi Jade. Love you. Basically, I like cheese when it's melted on things like pizza, pasta, all that kind of jazz. But I don't really like cheese, straight up. But I'm going off on a tangent. But Sam loves it.
I do.
You do love cheese. So this would have been your challenge, but I would have run in the other direction. Unless they melted it. I need a big fire or a big pot, a big oven, big pot. Yeah, but then I wouldn't just have melted cheese by itself. Anyways, moving on. They would have to make their way there, and once they'd done that, they then had to head over to a flower garden that was so freaking beautiful. They had this gigantic greenhouse, the size of, I believe this is
6 football fields.
6 football fields. Do you want to tell them what they had to do when they got there, Sam?
So they had to kind of align the flowers in an arrangement in a box, and it had to be very specific of the petal colors and the inside of the flower. And some of these flowers looked almost identical, but they had very slight differences.
Yeah.
And so it was really hard for people because they thought they would get it, and then it was wrong and they wouldn't tell them how. And then they were like, what's going on here? And the only difference would be like a slight color difference in the petals,
Yeah.
which was just insane. You have to be
Not even a color difference. Like there might be one extra petal or
something like
something
that.
like that. It was crazy, but
you had to be really good at paying attention to detail to
or
succeed in this.
or you could be a florist.
Yes! Oh my god, that was so cool. Like
Rubina's
perfect
sister
for her.
is a florist. Like that is the best thing you could have.
Best
roadblock. Because also going into that kind of challenge, you know, usually you would go, oh, this person's better at attention to detail, so this one's for them. Or this person is, you know, usually is faster under pressure. Or this person has an eye for like the intricacies of things.
Yeah.
But this person is a florist. Like that is absolutely like.
What are the chances?
Bingo! Like seriously, you're in the money there. So that was cool for her. And then once they'd done that, they would have to race to Museum Square where there's pictures. The same museums where there's Van Gogh pictures, which I thought was really cool. Because I'm also a big like travel person. I haven't done a lot of travel, but I love watching travel stuff. I love seeing travel YouTubers. I mean, I would love to do that one day and go all around the world. And to me, I'm also a big foodie. Yeah. So a big part of traveling is also seeing all the different food sites, which I think is why Amazing Race appeals to me so much as well. But you're a foodie as well.
Oh
you know,
yeah,
you like all that stuff.
I love food.
Yeah, I think a big thing of when I came to America, I like seeing all the different foods, and similar to you when you came to the UK, to see how I do things over there.
A doner wrap.
Oh, here we go.
Fish and chips.
Apart from we don't sound like that where I come from. Do you want to try my accent?
Pot crackling.
Go on, do an accent, like do my accent.
Do an accent.
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
Oh. You're just mocking what I'm saying.
You're just mocking what I'm seeing.
You sound more like me than me right now.
You sound more like me than me right now.
Cut the tape.
Cut the tape.
So yes, at various different points of the evening, certain people were ahead by miles. I mean, there was people who had crossed the finish line before somebody had even managed to stack the cheese, and it was pretty insane, wasn't it?
It was pretty incredible. The difference, huge difference. Like it was getting dark when Jack and Enzo had made it over there.
It was pitch black. It was dark out, straight up. I love Enzo and Jack. Can I just say that? I do. Enzo's always got a special place in my heart. And we'll not reveal, you all know what's happening. At the end of the night, Enzo and Jack were the ones eliminated, having showed up last. They were in a quite a tight race towards the end there with Matt and Megan, so things were a little close there. It's so funny because you popped out to the kitchen for a second, didn't you? And I went, Turner, I was like, sorry, no, Matt has just...
Who?
Someone was like, tell me what's going on, and I did that. It was a live version of TV Talks with Tom, live from the living room, and but yeah, that was close. That was a close call at the end, and it was Matt and Megan who ended up getting ahead, leaving Enzo and Jack in the dust in the first boot of the season. That is
the old school player.
That was an old school massacre right there. The deck was stacked against old school, and it's tough because the thing with Enzo is he's always made final night on every single reality thing he's done. Actually, that's a lie. He didn't
for Big Brother.
He did that for Big Brother because on the challenge I don't think he did too great from what I've seen. But with Amazing Race first boot. Yeah. That's a tough pill to swallow.
That is really tough, and I'm so sorry to Enzo. We love you.
We're both big fans of the Meow Meow, and first boot and Enzo, man, those two things shouldn't go together. No. He's great entertainment, so I feel like we should start out with we'll go down the list. We'll start with last place, which was Enzo and Jack. Sam, you want to sum up your thoughts on their first leg and last leg in the race?
They had a hard time all around, just struggle after struggle. I mean, already being last in that first part of it and then having to do the hazard really set them back.
Can we talk about that hazard for a second?
They described it as like wet, slimy, and warm.
Sounds like a good time. No, I'm joking. But I'm nothing if not honest. But yeah, they had to have this fish. They chowed it down, this wet, slimy, and warm fish. See, when you put it in that context, it sounds worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had to chow down this fish. That was pretty brutal because I like fish.
Yeah.
But not in that way.
Not in that context.
No. So that was brutal. But I was imagining in my head if other people had to do it, and I feel like Enzo and Jack probably would have got it done faster than most. I
Definitely.
feel like they kind of
they're balls to the wall.
they're balls to the wall, and the guys who are just kind of. They ain't messing around. You know what I mean? Whereas I am imagining Angela and Lexi trying to eat it. I am imagining Turner and Megan. Sorry, Matt and Megan. And there's just some other people. I feel like Kat would have a really hard time doing it.
Yeah.
There's some people I think they would be lost doing it. Yeah. But yeah, they crushed that one, but it wasn't enough for them to catch up. And they were fun though.
They were so fun. I would have loved watching them for the weeks to come.
Just the interactions between the two of them. We recently watched season 1 of The Amazing Race, and there was 2 bros. I forget that. I think it was Kevin and Drew.
Yes, I think
is
so.
Is that their names? But we loved those guys.
They were awesome.
They were so funny.
They were our favorites to win.
They really were, and just the interactions between the two of them screaming at each other and shouting. Enzo and Jack reminded me of that.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
they had those vibes about them.
That New York, New Jersey thing coming out.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna try it because it was like because they were talking about, and because I feel like this is the perfect word for it. They were like Angela and her daughter. Angela and her daughter. I've got it already. That wasn't bad, was it?
No,
I'll take that. Not bad for a Brit, folks?
Yeah.
But yes, they were last place, and but they were fun, and I'm definitely gonna miss them.
Yeah.
Moving into 12th place, they just escaped elimination. Let's talk about Turner and Megan.
Yeah. So they didn't even get an intro package, and they didn't get an introduction at the town square either. They got none of that.
That's on production. That's, no edit is never a good sign if you are going to win a season. Even if you are very under the radar, you would still usually get a confessional in the first episode, even if it's one or two, and then they revisit you in a few episodes time. But when you get nothing in the first episode, that's usually a bad sign for what's ahead. And they did get a few later.
They got more as it went on.
Because they were at the back. But they didn't get any, kind of strong, we could be the winners edit,
No, it seemed like there was those intro packages when they were first running, and people explaining their relationships and things like that. And then when they all got to the town square, they were like, "Hi, I'm me from this Big Brother season." Yep. And where were they? They weren't anywhere inside. We didn't get anything.
Well, Turner wasn't there, but Matt was.
Matt was there, but not Turner.
I'm never gonna get over that. It just doesn't. Why? Why are we doing this?
What's the point?
But yeah, they had a stressful episode.
Yeah.
Turner seemed more stressed out and more serious than he was on Big Brother, I would say.
Yeah.
I hope he was doing okay during that, because he just seemed like, I don't know if he wasn't enjoying it or whatever, but I hope he was, because if y'all remember, if y'all have been around since my coverage of season 24, I was championing Turner the whole way. I was, I think he was probably, I loved him and Taylor, those two all the way. But I don't know, it just seemed like a different Turner.
Very different.
Well, it was Matt, so that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but they were close, so they're going to need to pick it up next week if they want to stay in the race. Then we move on to Kat and Alex.
Yeah.
You want to start, Sam?
Yeah, so this pair is not a pair I would have thought would be together. You know, they seem like wildly different people.
Yeah.
Alex seems like a little more cool, calm, collected, a little more...
Are you conspiring against Kat right now?
I'm not conspiring against Kat. I'm just saying he seems like a little more chill. And Kat is not chill. And I'm sure she would say that herself.
Okay, you're conspiring. Chill. You are conspiring. I am watching conspiring happening in real time.
I'm not conspiring.
I would be complicit if I didn't stand up to this conspiring right now. I'm going to report it. I'll be back.
Okay, I'll stop conspiring.
You sure?
Yes, I promise. I promise.
No conspiring?
I promise.
No conspiring? No conspiring?
I promise.
Okay, I'm coming back. All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
Yeah, so Alex seems a little more down to earth than Kat.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. At risk of sounding like I'm conspiring, yes, I wouldn't have put them together, but they weirdly complement each other, you know? You know, and
he kind of calms her down when she's stressing out.
Yeah. But Kat did have a very stressful episode.
Yeah, really stressful.
Breaking down
for her.
She did, because I loved Kat on 21. I thought she was great. She was
fun.
Great entertainment. So I was glad to see Kat back. I think it's been too long. Kat should have been on something else. But 21 was so long ago.
Yeah.
I was a teenager when 21 was out. So were you?
Yeah.
It was a while back, and 21 didn't have the greatest winner in my opinion, but it had some good people that. People forget about. Kat was there. Nicole Anthony, she's great. Jess deserves to be on something else as well.
Yes.
There was some great people there. But yeah, it was good to see Kat back. She was very, very stressed. Again, she's going to be another one of those teams that need to pick it up and fight better under the stress, because if you're seeing that on episode 1, ooh, I don't know if they can necessarily make the long haul in this show. Now in 10th place was one of my favourite Big Brother contestants of all time. I know a lot of people like her, a lot of people don't, but Angela managed to come in there with her daughter Lexi. It's so good to see Angela back on my TV. That's what I'm going to start with. Yep. Sam.
Oh my god, I've missed her so much. She was definitely my favourite last season on Big Brother.
Not Tucker.
No, I liked Angela better than Tucker.
Okay.
Although Tucker was a close second. I still love Tucker, but...
I don't know if people remember that shirt I've got. Because I can't...
Mother Tucker.
It says Mother Tucker on
Team
it,
Mother
and
Tucker.
it's a picture of Angela and Tucker next to each other. I no matter as long as I live, you won't get out of me who was my favourite on 26. It's Tucker and Angela all the way.
Yeah.
But yes.
No.
Good for you for being able to pick one.
He comes really close. Like, literally by, like, that much.
Yeah.
But Angela's mother. She's just mother.
Sam has spoken, and so has my t-shirt. Yeah, she's fantastic. It's so good to see her back. I was worried for a second Angela could have been gone, but she managed to keep it together. Her daughter kind of crushed it in the greenhouse.
Lexi was keeping it together for them.
I think so too. But Angela's also, she's just fabulous. Yeah. They almost fell off their bike at one point as well.
That was really funny.
That was funny.
And they almost crashed into a pole.
Yeah, she's great. And I think as the weeks go on, even if it's just next week, I don't know how far she's going to make it, but I'm sure she's going to bring the entertainment, so I'm very, very happy about that. Now, in 9th place was a little bit of a shocker, because they started out as the strongest team, but then they ended up at the back of the pack. It was Kyland and Taylor.
Yes.
Did not see them landing in 9th. I for sure thought they'd be in top 3, maybe even first at the beginning of the episode.
Yes. In the beginning, when they had won that first section, I thought they would make it to the end and maybe get within the top 3.
Yeah.
But then we noticed very quickly their communication issues.
You made a couple of notes on that one, didn't you?
Yes, I did. So when they were driving in the car, Taylor was the navigator, Kylan was the driver. And in those situations, you really have to rely on each other.
Oh, yeah.
Especially the driver has to really rely and trust the navigator in the back. And Taylor was just like, okay, so we're gonna go left at the river or something like that. And Kylan's like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And Taylor's like, yeah, that's what he said.
It's a tale as old as time with Kylan. He is...
Here he goes again.
Yeah, I enjoyed him to some extent on 23 until I didn't. He's really condescending.
Very condescending.
And I've got to say, it's usually towards women. I find that, I remember when he was in the house, he would never talk down to Big D or to X. It would always be to Tiffany or to Sarah Beth or to Claire or to Hannah Chatter. And to me, I just don't like that. And then I see Taylor, who's this strong, powerful, amazing badass, and I'm just like... Kylan, you better not be putting Taylor in her place or trying to, because she is just the most badass, and I think, again, it wasn't, we didn't see any manslaughter, but it was... He's rude. He's rude in the way he talks to people, I think.
He is, and, she was very confident about it, too, and it's just, him, I feel like he always needs to be in control, and he thinks he's always right.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Cannot trust anybody else's judgment except his own. And they were talking themselves about how the Amazing Race is going to make or break their relationship.
That's a bad sign.
Yeah, they went on the Amazing Race to see if they could work on their communication issues, and if they couldn't, then they would be done. And we know how that turned out because they're not together anymore.
They're not?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, they're not together anymore.
Sam's brought you some piping hot
At
tea
least I'm
tonight.
pretty sure.
I didn't know. I thought they just kept it quiet, but I
could be wrong. Fact check me in the comments. Let me know if I'm right or wrong.
Yeah.
I could have sworn that they weren't together anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm not surprised because Taylor's so confident and such a badass and like he's trying to pull her down.
Well, yeah, I just think he's a bit condescending, and that makes me struggle to warm up to him. But I want to see Taylor do well. I've always loved Taylor. I think Taylor's great.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move it along, and we'll briefly brush over the next few. They got a little bit of a smaller edit this episode. We got Joseph and Adam in 8th, and Hannah Chadder and Simone in 7th, and then Chelsea and Jack in 6th. I felt Joseph and Hannah I would put into the same category of we didn't really see much of them.
No.
But
because they were in the middle of the pack.
And that's where I think they're going to land as their final placement as well. I think middle of the pack. I think not much edit there. As the next episodes go on, they'll be beefed up a little bit and then they'll be gone. Maybe in 7th, 8th, 6th maybe. Chelsea I would put into a different bracket. I feel Chelsea could be in the end game.
Yeah.
There was a lot of talk about winners this episode. And I feel like the winners are going to do well. I'm feeling good about Taylor. I'm feeling good about Jag, and I'm also feeling good about Chelsea.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think she's going to win, but I do think she's going to make it deep.
Yes.
I also am really warming to Chelsea's dad.
Yes, Chelsea's dad. He seems like really fun.
Yeah, and he's the oldest guy there. Yeah. I think by quite a lot, by the looks of it.
Yes.
So he's doing it for the old timers.
Yeah.
I'm always on team old timers, so I'm with Jack for that.
Yeah. They had this moment. It was a small moment. It was a blink and you miss it kind of thing. So when they were all in the town square doing the introductions, and Phil said that Taylor and Kylan get to choose who they want to extend the express pass to.
Yeah.
And Jack like kind of whispers over to Chelsea, and he's like, "This really is like Big Brother. This is turning into Big Brother."
He's cool. He's like, I feel like he's wholesome. Is
the
word.
Yeah.
And I love a wholesome old person. Best kind of person on a reality TV
and
show.
He seems like he could really kill it.
Yeah. I also love his mustache.
Yes.
That's a win. And I think for that alone, Jack is the MVP of today's episode. No, I'm joking, but I like him. I really do. And I think Chelsea is a badass competitor. She, in my opinion, played one of the best winning games of Big Brother. I don't know if that's a hot take.
No, I mean, I definitely agree, and I feel like from what I've seen in the Big Brother strategy,
I think a lot of people discredit New Era winners because they've got that like, and listen, there are some fantastic players from back in the day, but I think, and people go because she's not a legend like Dr. Will or Dan, but I tell you what, Chelsea. If Chelsea had won back then, she'd be viewed in the same realm as those guys. 100%. She is a badass, and I can't wait to see what she does this season. Now, into the top 5. Sam, you want to talk about the next few?
All right, so we've got Natalie and Stephanie, and
I've got to say, can I just jump in? I'm so sorry to interrupt. I'm so surprised to see Natalie come back.
I know, I'm really happy to see Natalie. I feel like she's been a bit quiet.
She in since Big Brother?
Since Big Brother,
okay, yeah.
Since Big Brother, haven't heard a lot from her. At least I haven't. I could be fully wrong.
I just didn't expect it.
No, I didn't. She wouldn't be somebody that I would think, oh, Big Brother All-Stars, like
I feel like if somebody from 18 was back, I wouldn't have necessarily said, oh, Natalie's the one to come back.
Yeah, you would have thought maybe like James or
Paul. Or even Nicole Franzel. But she's done the race before. You don't want Nicole Franzel on the race, do you?
She's already done it.
She's already done. Is that your polite way of saying I don't want her on my TV screen again? Moving on. Sam got
be too negative.
Sam got away without giving an answer there.
All right, so in 4th we've got Rubina and Christine, and
love them.
Lovely, lovely people. And they're really fun to watch too.
I love Rubina.
Rubina's so funny, and like she just seems like she's got such a good heart.
Yeah, and her sister seems very similar.
Yes.
Very, very similar.
Yeah.
Like, they seem like peas in a pod.
Yeah,
so I'm sure
definitely.
she's just as nice as
yeah.
Rubina. I'm looking forward to seeing how well they're going to do.
Me too.
Something to note was how she said me and Tucker are currently dating.
Yes.
Since then, in real life, they're not dating anymore. So again, I think that for a lot of viewers, they were like, "Oh, okay," when they heard that, because it's not the case anymore.
No, it was probably filmed a while ago.
Yeah.
It's a bit outdated.
Yeah. So predictions for Rubina and Christine. Go on. Yeah.
I think they're going to do pretty well. I don't see them as winners.
Okay.
But I see them making it fairly far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, let's talk about third place.
This was unexpected.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning of the episode, this team was pretty behind.
Yeah.
Izzy and
really
Paige,
behind.
Really behind. They were one of the last people.
They did the old switcheroo with Taylor and Kyle, and they went to the back.
Yes.
Izzy and Paige went to the front.
Yes.
Izzy is so messy.
Oh my god.
I love it. I love it. I
It's so fun to
love
watch.
it. I love it so much. And I feel like Izzy is being Izzy, so I feel like we didn't even get to know Paige at
Not at all.
I
Not at all.
I don't remember us saying one line.
Yeah, I don't even remember anything Paige said, which is unfortunate.
That's I'm not surprised though.
I'm not surprised because Izzy's like, ah.
See, Sam's Izzy in that scenario, and I'm just Paige sat in the back. I feel like we need a visual. You
okay,
get up there. I'll just
Yeah.
sit in the back like.
I'm gonna rip their heads off.
Yeah, I embraced Paige there. That was good. That was good.
Thanks.
Good visual representation. Listen, we're more than just. That was good. That was actually really good. Yeah, see, we're more than just commentary on this channel.
Impressionists too.
Impressionists too, exactly. My incredible Enzo impression earlier, which broke records for one of the best impressions ever, and Sam's mediocre Izzy impression. Let's talk about the top two. Tucker and Eric landed themselves in second place. Those two, I think the brothers, they look so freaking similar.
And they have the same mannerisms too.
It's so funny because I feel like it's funny with brothers because you can either look identical or you can look like you don't even look related. Me and my brother, we don't look like we're related at all. Like we look miles apart.
Same with me and Jade.
Yeah, you and Jade don't look similar at all.
No.
But then sometimes you get it where you have to do a double take on. Holy moly!
The genes were gening.
The genes were gening. Whoever, if Tucker's mom or dad, whichever one looks like Tucker and Eric more, had the dominant genes because holy guacamole, those two look. I genuinely did double takes sometimes.
Yeah. So this was a pair that I fully expected to do very well.
Yes.
I mean, it's Tucker.
When the cast was announced, I was already thinking Tucker could win this with his brother.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm not saying that's my winner pick, but I
think they're contenders.
For sure.
For sure. Like, I feel like they could either win or be in second or third. Like,
Yeah.
they are very solid, and I don't see them getting behind or being eliminated anytime soon.
They're going to be on our screens in November for sure.
Absolutely.
I see them still being around, and they dominated so well. Bloody done to them.
Yeah.
But an even bigger well done to Big Brother 25 winner Jag and his brother Jazz. They absolutely crushed the competition.
Are we surprised?
No, Jag is a beast when it comes to competitions, and he did very, very well.
Yes.
And also, I want to mention they called themselves the Turbinators. That is brilliant.
That was incredible.
That's genius. Listen, y'all heard me talk about Jag's game. It leaves something to be imagined, but that is brilliant. The Turbinators.
Yeah,
that is one of the best names I've heard all year.
That is his best game move he's ever done.
Shady. I like it. Turbinators is a fantastic name. They crushed the competition this episode.
Yeah.
There wasn't even a second where I thought these guys are going to be eliminated.
Yeah. The only time was right in the beginning.
Yeah, but then they clutched it back.
Then
As soon as they got the express pass, I was like, these guys are fine. They're off to the races now.
Oh yeah.
Jag and Jazz, how are you thinking they're going to do in the...
I think they could win the whole
You do?
thing. Yeah, I mean, I said it when the cast was revealed. I was like, oh my god, we're going to get another Jag win.
Yeah. You don't sound too pleased about that, Sam.
I never said that. All I said was we're going to get another Jag win. I never said if that was a good or a bad thing. So I'm going to Nicole Franzel this.
That spoke volumes. I know you don't think it did, but it did. It's supposed
Not to say that they aren't good people. Who knows? Like, they seem like nice guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Very nice guys. But
For sure.
in terms of gameplay, I think I'm just still a little salty about that whole season.
Just like Izzy.
Yeah, no, I've got a little bit of Izzy in me.
Yeah. Separating Big Brother. They crushed it.
They did.
Effing
did
done to those guys.
Yeah.
Definitely could be looking at the winners of the season there.
Great job.
I think the Terminators are here to terminate because they are just doing absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And a massive congratulations to them for heading up in first place on the first episode of The Amazing Race. That is all of your Amazing Race review for today, folks. We thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching and seeing all these teams get out in action. It's good to see a team here together talking about the show. I am so glad that Sam has decided to join me for the full season of The Amazing Race, folks. I can announce that now because I was talking a couple of days ago about saying Sam's going to be popping up sporadically. We can announce Sam's going to be here for the long haul with The Amazing Race. You'll be seeing us every single week breaking it all down. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Sam, you got any outro thoughts?
I'm so incredibly excited about this season.
Me too.
I love Big Brother, and watching like an All-Stars game, but like completely different gameplay is really fun to watch.
Yeah.
And seeing all the different relationships that have deep cuts and like, it's just so fun. And I feel like I can really be invested in this because I know all the players. So I'm very, very excited. It's off to a great start. So
fantastic final words. I couldn't have put it better myself. I think with The Amazing Race, it feels more fun. Like, and that's not to say I don't get my fun out of Big Brother, because I enjoy it in a different way. It's two different types of enjoyment. Like, I feel like it's not as crushing when someone gets sent home, because on Big Brother you sat watching the feeds all week and you're on social media looking at all the memes and all that kind of jazz. And then when someone goes, it feels like catastrophic and huge. But with Amazing Race, it's, we're going to be tuning in for an hour and a half every single week, and just seeing some of our favourite faces from one of our favourite shows have fun running around. And it was very chaotic, very fun. Fun's the word. Fun is the word to sum this one up. And I think we're going to have a great season here.
Oh yeah,
I'm very excited.
Very excited, and this is making me want to go back and
watch
old seasons, because we just watched season 1, and that was so much fun. And
it was.
The game hasn't really changed that much.
I said that in the middle of the episode. I said to Sam, I love the fact that it feels very, very similar to what it was. And you said, if it's not broke,
don't fix it.
And I feel like I wish other shows, Survivor, would take note of some of those things, because seriously, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And that's why this was so much fun to tune in tonight. I felt like we were just watching another season 1, but with a different cast of people that we know and love already. So, Amazing Race, folks. I'm bowing down to you all right now. Thank you for an amazing first episode. But that's all we've got time for today, folks. We thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching. I hope that you're all staying safe, staying healthy, and staying positive out there. And remember to be kind to one another. But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all of that wonderful stuff. I've got a wonderful mime next to me as well. But until your next Amazing Race review, I've been your host, Tom VASEY.
Sam VASEY.
Good night.